suke aparada habe hato kripa bindu diya koro edase Shinapekshayati hina Gurudev kripa bindu diya koro edase Shinapekshayati hina Kabehena kripa labhya ejana Kritarta hoibe nata Kabehena kripa labhya ejana Benata Shakti buddhihina Yamiyati dina Koromore atma sata Shakti buddhihina Kripa bindu diya koro edase Chinapekshayati hina Pabindu diya koro edase Chinapekshayati hina Yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai Tomar I messed it up. I don't remember. So how does it go? Vichare kichu nahi pai tomara karuna sara yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai tomara karuna sara Karuna na hoile kandiya kandiya pranana rakibo ara kandiya kandiya pranana rakibo ara kripa bindu diya koro edase Chinapekshayati hina Gurudev Kripa bindu diya koro edase Chinapekshayati hina Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Good. I'm sorry, I haven't sang it in a while.
It's very pretty.
Singing?
I can do away with talk. I don't know if I can remember the tunes in the morning and evening. No, I don't want to do it actually.
Okay. Gadagraju will do it.
Yeah, and Sri Rupa Manjari Pada. Yeah. What's that? That's the one we still need to do, but I actually don't know that one that well. Do you? I know Samuki's pretty good at that one if she's there. I hope so. But in the meantime, I can do Kirupe Paibo Seva. It's page 45.
That's not about Rupa Goswami, but anyway, have the word there.
There's the one bhajan left is that we have for Rupa Goswami was the young Kali Rupa,
Yeah.
but I'm not very good at that. I don't know
Yeah.
how to sing it. We did that one too. Yeah. I mean, we can try and. Okay. Or we can do Suniyachi again.
Yeah, you can do anything again.
Okay.
We
Let's do
sing
page.
so many songs every day.
Totally. Okay, page 51. Suniyachi saru muke bole sarva jana Shri Rupa kripaya mile jugala charana Suniyachi saru muke
Pole sarvajana kripaya mile
Jugala charana Ha Prabhu Sanatana Gaura Parivara Save Mili Vancha Purna Karamara Ha Prabhu Sanatana Save Mili Vancha Purna Karam Shri Rupera Kripa Jeno Ama Pratihaya Se Padashaya Jara Se Mahashai Shri Rupera Kripa Jino Ami Pratihaya Se Padashaya
Jara
Se Mahashai Prabhu Lokanata Kabe Sange Loya Jabe Shirupera Pada Padme More Samarpive Prabhu Lokanata Kabe Sange Loya Jabe Shirupera Pada Padme Vasamar Henoki Oibe Mora Narmasaki Ane Anugata Narotame Karibe Shashane Enoki Oibe Mora Narmasaki Gane
Anugatana Lotam Karibe
Suniyachi sadhu muke बोले सर्वजना श्री रूपा कृपाया मिले जुगल चराना सुनिया साधु मुके बोले सर्वजना श्री रूपे कृपा Jaya Rupa Goswami Srila Rupa Goswami Rupa Goswami Srila Rupa Goswami Jaya Rupa Goswami Jaya Rupa Goswami Rupa Goswami Jaya Rupa Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Truth that they saved young Kali Rupa for you. Oh,
We need some Mookie actually.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Rupa Goswami has been waiting all day.
What page?
Don't listen. You know? Thanks.
Page 47.
You need cartels?
Yan Kalirupas Shariranadharata
Yang Kali Rupa Sarira Nadharata
Yan Kalirupa Shariranadharata
Yang Kali Rupa Sarira Nadharata
Yan Kalirupa Shariranadharata
Yang Kali Rupa Sarira Nadharata
Tan Vraja Prema Mahanidhi Kutharika Konakapata Ukhadata Yan Kalirupa Shariranadharata
Yang Kali Rupa Sariranadarata
Nirakshiraham
sana Panavidhayana Kona Pritaka Koripayata
Nidasi Ansana Panavidayana Kona Pritaka
Koripayata Kosabataye Paye Vrindavana Kosabhakrantha virachita Yan Kalirupa Sariranadharata Yan Kalirupa Sariranadharata Tan Raja Prema Mahanidhi Kutharika Mahanidhi Kutharika Kona Kapata Ukhadata Kona Kapata Ukhadata Happy to Vana Pula Valatanana Vidha Manorachi Aravinda Happy to Vana Pula Valatanana Vidha Manorachi Samadhukara binu panakonjanata Vidyamana karibandha Yan Kalirupa Sariranadharata Yan Kalirupa Sariranadharata Tan Raja Prema Mahanidhi Kutharika Kona Kapata Ukhadata Ko Janata Mathura Vrindavana Kona Janata Vrachaneta Ko Janata Radhamadhavarate Ko Janata Radhamadhavarate Ko Janata Soy Preta Jakara charane prasade sakala jana Gai goae sukha
Tava Mahima Uralagata Tava Mahima Uralagata Yan Kalirupa Sarirana Dharata Yan Kalirupa Sarirana Dharata Tanvrata Prema Mahanidhi Kutarika Tanvrata Prema Mahanidhi Kutarika Konakapata Ukhadata Konakapata Ukhadata Jaya Rupa Goswami Jaya Rupa Goswami Rupa Goswami Jaya Rupa Goswami Prabhu hai Prabhu hai Prabhu hai Prabhu Translation.
Okay.
Had Srila Rupa Goswami not appeared in this age of Kali, who would have opened the doors to the great treasure house of Raj Prem? Who but Srila Rupa Goswami could have extracted the essence of the scriptures in the same way that a swan separates water from milk? Who could have abandoned everything to perform bhajan in Vrindavan? Who could have written such scriptures? He was a honeybee amid a variety of blossoming yellow forest flowers and mind-enchanting lotuses. Without that honeybee, who could have known the art of drinking the nectar present yet confined within those flowers? Who could have understood the glories of Mathura and Vrindavan? Who could have fathomed the intricacies of Vraj? Who could have understood the rati between Radha and Madhav? Who could have known that love? By the mercy of his lotus feet, all souls may sing and inspire others to sing about the glories of the love of Sri Radha Madhav, thereby attaining true joy. O Srila Rupa Goswami, having surrendered at your lotus feet, may this Madhav Das be able to comprehend your unlimited glories. Jai.
Rupa Goswami ki jai ho.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, you sing. Page 86. Gauranga bolite habe pulaka sharira hari hari bolite na ya ne va a venir. Goranga bolite have pulaka sharira hari hari bolite na jane ba benira. Araka benita chander karuna hoive shamsara vashana mora kabe tu shahave. Vishaya Shadiya Kabe Sudahabe Mana Kabe Hamaherabu Shri Vrindavana. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoive Akuti Cabe Hamabuja você Jugala Piriti. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Rahumorasa Pratana Karoye Sada Narotamadasa. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Goda Haribo. Nitai Goda Haribo, 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 Nitai Goda Haribo. Gaura Premanande. That's the only one I've been practicing.
Debut means like your arrival to the stage, your first time doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I tried before, but this is my first time in front of my guru, which I'm sweating.
Nice. 122. There's also like Palyadasi Kori and Shri Krishna Virahe. Little bit. Limelight. Here we are. 122. Hari Hari Kabe mor hoibe sudin. 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 Baji boshi Radha Krishna hoya premadin. Baji boshi Radha Krishna hoya premadin. Suyante mishaya gabo sumaduratan. Suyante mishaya gabo sumaduratan. Anande koribo duhar Rupa gunagana. Anande koribo Rupa gunagana. Radhika Govinda boli Kandi bochai sware. Radhika
Govinda boli Kandi bochai sware Radhika Govinda boli Kandi bochai sware Radhika Govinda boli Kandi bochai sware Biji bisakalayanga Nayane ranire Biji bisakalayanga Nayane ranire Oh, Biji bisakalayanga Nayane ranire Biji bisakalayanga Nayane ranire Hey bara karuna koro Rupa sanatana bara karuna koro Rupa sanatana Raghunatha dasa mora Shri jiva jivana Samora Shri Jiva Jivana Hey Bara Karuna Koro Lalita Vishaka Hey Bara Karuna Lalita Vishaka Sakya Bhaveshi Dhammasu Balaya Disaka Sakya Bhaveshi Dhammasu Balaya Disaka Sabe mili koro doya Puruk moraya Sab mili koro doya Puruk moraya Patana karo ye sada Narottama dasa Patana karo ye sada Narottama dasa Sabe mili koro doya Puruk moraya Sabe mili Ei bara karuna koro Rupa sanatana Karuna koro Rupa sanatana Ei bara karuna koro Rupa sanatana Ei bara karuna koro Rupa sanatana Raghunatha dasa mora Shri jiva jivana Raghunatha samora Shri jiva jivana Raghunatha dasa mora Shri jiva jivana Raghunatha dasa mora Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Rupa Goswami Jaya, Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami Jaya. Rupa Goswami Jaya, Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Prabhu Rupa Sanatan, Prabhu Rupa Sanatan, Rupa Sanatan. Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Rupa Raghunath, Jaya Rupa Goswami, Jaya Rupa Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Jaya Rupa Goswami, Jaya Rupa. Rupa he, Rupa he, Rupa he, Rupa he, Rupa he, Rupa he. Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo, Gaura. Tako Narotama, Tako Narotama, Narotama, Tako Narotama, Tako Narotama. Bhai Gaura Premanande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Bhajo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Oh Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan Jaya Jaya Krishna Yugal Arati Karo Ye Lalita Di Saki Gana Arati Karo Madana Mohana Rupa Tribanga Sundara Madana Mohana Rupa Tribanga Pitambara Shiki Pucha Chura Manohara Pitambara Shiki Pucha Lalita Madhava Bame Brishabhanu Kanya Lalita Madhava Bame Brishabhanu Nila Vasana Gori Rupe Gune Danya Nila Vasana Gori Nana Vidaya Linkar Kore Jalamala Nana Vidaya Linkar Kore Harimana Vimohana Badana Ujvala Harimana Vimohana Vishakari Saki Gana Nana Rage Gaya Kari Saki Priya Nama Saki Jato Chamaradulai Priya Nama Saki Jato Chamaradulai Priya Nama Saki Jato Chamaradulai Priya Nama Saki Jato Shira Madhava Pare Sarasijaya Shira Madhava Pare Sarasijaya Bhakati Vinoda Saki Pare Sukhe Bhashe Saki Pare Sukhe Radhe Radhe Govinda Jaya Jaya Radhe Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Radhe Julana Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Gira Aaye Badara Juke Juke Aaye Badara Gira Aaye Badara Juke Aaye Badara Gira Aaye Badara Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Aiso mana nahi kije hata chodori ali Aiso mana nahi Aiso mana nahi kije hata chodori ali Aiso mana tum to paramasayani vrishabhanu ki lali tum to paramasayani tum to paramasayani vrishabhanu ki lali Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Radhe Julana Radhe Julana Padaro Juke Aaye Badara Radhe Julana sajo sola shingara daro nainan kajara sajo sola shingara daro nainan kajara pero pancharanga sadi odo shama chadara pero pancharanga pero pancharanga sadi odo shama chadara pero राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा राधे हो राधे हो राधे हो राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा राधे झूला तेरो राशिका पितामह तेरो राशि का प्रीतामा मगा जो हाथा करो राशि का प्रीतामा मगा जो हाथा करो तेरो राशि का प्रीतामा मगा जो हाथा करो राशि का प्रीतामा मगा जो हाथा करो राधे चाह पग तारो श्याम नहीं न तारो राधे जहा पग तारो श्याम नहीं न धारो राधे राधे हो राधे हो राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा राधे झूलाना आए बदरा झुके आए बदरा गिराए बदरा के आए बदरा झुके आए बदरा गिराए बदरा झुके आए बदरा राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा डरी रे श्याम डोरी चापाई झूले राधा गोरी डरी रे श्याम डरी रे श्याम डोरी चापाई झूले राधा गोरी जाकी पाया गोरी गोरी फेरे हाथन गजरा जाकी पाया गोरी गो फेरे हाथन गजरा जाकी पाया गोरी गोरी फेरे हाथन गजरा राधे झूलाना पधारो झुके आए बदरा राधे झूलाना झुके आए बदरा राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे 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 श्याम 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 झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले कैसी छाए हरियाली आली कुंजन में कैसी छाए कुंजन में कैसी छाए हरियाली आली कुंजन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर ita nanda ko dularo ta banu ki dulari ta nanda जोड़ी लागे आती प्यारी बासी नयना में जोड़ी लागे आती प्यारी जमुना के कुला फुरे सुरग डुकुला जमुना के जमुना के कुला पहरे सुरंग दुकुला जमुना के तैसे किला राहे फूला ही कदम मन में तैसे किला राहे फूला कदम झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूला राधा दामोदर वृंदावन गौरा श्याम रंगा गण दामनी के संग गौर श्याम रंगा गण दामनी के संग पाया किया पंग छवि भरी मन में झूला झूले राजा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा मुका और नैना श्याम के चकोरा राधा मुका श्याम के चको राधा मुका और नैना श्याम के चकोरा राधा मुख सखियां प्रेम डोरी लगी चरणानन में सखियां प्रेम डोर लगी चरणानन में झूला झूले राधा दामोदर वृंदावन में झूला झूले राधा जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधा दामोदर जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे जय राधा गोविंद राधे जय राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद जय राधे गोविंद जय श्री राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद जय श्री राधे गो राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे Oh Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 You want to sing? Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Okay, I'll wait. Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda 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 Radhe Jaya Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe Jaya Govinda Radhe Jaya Gopal Radhe Govinda Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radha Ram Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe Vrindavan mein वृंदावन में केशीगत में जामुन कुल में राधे राधे जामुन कुल में राधे केशीगत में कुंज गलिन में राधे 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 और सेवा कुंज में सेवा कुंज में कुंज गलिन में प्रेम सरोवर में गोविंद कुंड में गोवर्धन में वंशीवट में मानसी गंगा में राधे 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 राधा कुंड में श्याम कुंड में राधा कुंड में अनंग कुंड में राधा कुंड में स्वानंद सुग्र में राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद ओ श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे हे गोपाल हे गोपाल हे गोपाल हे गोपाल जय नंदलाल जय नंदलाल जय नंदलाल जय नंदलाल श्री राधे जय श्री राधे श्री राधे जय श्री राधे श्री राधे श्री राधे जय श्री राधे श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे श्री राधे गोपाल ब्रजमन श्री राधे ब्रजमन श्री राधे राधा रानी जप करो कृष्ण नाम रस पीरा करो राधा राधे जप करो कृष्ण नाम रस पिया राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे 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 वृषभानु नंदिनी राधे राधे वृषभानु नंदिनी राधे वृंदावन विलासिनी राधे राधे वृंदावन विलासिनी आस सखी शिरोमणि राधे राधे आस सखी राधे राधे आस सखी शिरोमणि राधे राधे आस सखी शिरोमणि हरि बोल 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 राधा गोविंद बोल हरि बोल राधा गोविंद बोल हरि बोल राधा गोविंद बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai. Anitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Anitai Gaura Haribo. Tai Gaura Premanande. I'm not sure how long to go because everyone's swinging. I know, but people are swinging, so I don't know what to do. Yeah, I see that. Maybe we can. Huh? Yeah. Sorry.
Agyanam timirandasya Gyananjana salakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Twadalaye Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Nama Yang Pravarjantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Viraha Katarva Juhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Banedus Tang Sarvabhuta Hridayam Muni Manatusmi Bhaktya Vinay Aparada Lakshay Chiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadye Kripamayi Tvam Sharanam Prapadyam Brinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavoivasmi Najiva Tambina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tam Nayamam Charanantike. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudevs, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Astotra Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our Param Gurudevs, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus, who are my Shiksha Gurus, Shishimai Bhakti, Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Shishimai Bhakti, Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Shishimai Bhakti, Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. So here we are. Where are we? We're in Jagannath Puri. Why not? You want to be in Vrindavan? Okay. Well, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, and Rupa Goswami are there, so it's Vrindavan. So we're hearing from Srila Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Can you make this louder, if it's possible? Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and his translator Srila Prabhupada, and we'll be hearing from many associates of the Lord from the second meeting of Rupa Goswami meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri. The first meetings, were in Ramkeli Gaum and Prayag. So now, here we are in Jagannath Puri, and Srila Rupa Goswami used to live with Srila Haridas Thakur in a hut together, a thatched roof hut. And one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to visit them. He used to visit them not one day, every day before he would take his noon bath in the ocean. And he would talk with them every day. So he asked Rupa Goswami what he's writing. Rupa Goswami told him, because previously, you remember, you heard from the previous speakers that when he was on his way to Jagannath Puri and passing through Satyabhamapur, the village of Srimati Satyabhama Devi, she gave him a dream because he was thinking to write a book about Krishna's pastimes going from Vrindavan. Not quite a book, but a drama in the form of the book, to Mathura and Dwarka. So Satyabhama requested him to make it 2 books, and you heard about that this morning. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed that. So now Mahaprabhu is visiting later, and he's bringing several associates, like Sri Sarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda, I believe Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and when we actually turn to the chapter, we'll see the associates that were there. So first, I'm going to give a whirlwind summary of what took place, and then because the verses are so poetic, that is, they're verses from Vidagdha Madhava. As you know, there are 2 books, so those 2 books are Vidagdha Madhava with Radha Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, and Lalita Madhava, the pastimes in Dwarka. So here, Ramananda Rai is requesting Srila Rupa Goswami to discuss his Vidagdha Madhav. And so the verses are so poetic that I don't want to paraphrase them. I want to recite the beautiful poetry as it is. Most of which, all the associates were in complete wonder. And most of which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in complete wonder too. But the 2 verses that he didn't like, which we'll come to soon, are the verses glorifying himself. he said it's like you put some alkali or alcohol in some. You have a camphor and a sweet drink, and then you put some alkali or alcohol on it. It ruined the whole thing. And one other thing we'll see by this reading is how humble everyone is. Humble Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, and especially humble Srila Rupa Goswami is. So, a whirlwind summary coming first. And I want to mention that when we do the hearing from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, we'll feel like we're either watching the coming attractions to the play, because it's not a smooth flow, obviously, because there's only that many pages where this drama is discussed. Or you'll feel like before, when you were on airplanes, before you were Krishna conscious, and you would look up, every 10 minutes for 2 minutes, or even when you're Krishna conscious and you can't control your eyes, you're in an airplane, and they have this big screen movie on, but you don't want to watch it because you don't want to be distracted from bhakti. And we have to, the rule is to pratikulyasya varajita, which means to give up everything unfavorable for bhakti. So you don't want to look, but the eyes have a mind of its own. And so like every 10 minutes, you look up for a couple of minutes. So that's kind of what we're getting here, because it's just blips, but they're amazing. All right, so first, Srila Rai Ramananda is asking Srila Rupa Goswami to utter the first verse of Vidagdha Madhav, which everyone was amazed about. Just a brief summary of that. That Krishna's rasic pastimes with Srimati Radhika and the gopis will take away the invocation blessing verse, is that these pastimes will take away all material miseries. That's pretty amazing. But then when he asked, now I'd like you to recite the glory of your worshipful deity. So that was none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the verse was none other than Anarpita Charing Charat Karunavatiranam Kalo, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, what blessings he came to give. And Itai Prabhu will be speaking about that verse in detail tomorrow morning. So Mahaprabhu wasn't happy at all, but he was really very happy. And then Rai Ramananda asked him to speak about the various players and when do they come on to the stage. And Rupa Goswami said, well, it's going to according to the need of the time. So then he explained the need of the time is that now it's springtime, and it takes place, the scene takes place in the inner forest of Vrindavan. And then he, kind of disclaimer by saying that he's completely unqualified to write this drama, but the fact that he did write this drama doesn't minimize its effect. Just like wood may be lighted by a low-class man, right? He'll light the wood, and then there's a fire. So, but still, that fire can purify even gold. So it didn't matter who lit it. And then Ramananda Rai is asking, what are the causes of the love of Radha and Krishna? And Rupa Goswami replies, there are a few causes. One is called Purva Rag. Purva Rag means the attraction that comes before actual meeting, when you just see that person and then you fall in love with him. And the other that increases the love are letter exchanges. You might know how that is from previous life of yours. So same thing happened with Radharani. She wrote a letter to Krishna. They hadn't met yet, but then Krishna showed neglect, and he even said something like kind of abusive to her for having written that letter. And doing the forward, what is it? Making the first move, you could say. And then she was thinking, when I first heard that name Krishna, I became like an insane person. I just lost all my sense of what is right and wrong. And then there was another person who was playing a flute, because she hadn't met him yet, who was playing a flute, and that flute sound drove me completely mad. And then I saw the beauty of a picture of him, and he was so effulgent. Actually, Vishaka made that picture. He was so effulgent and so beautiful that the loveliness in that picture entered my mind, and then it started living in my mind. And then wherever I went, here or there, he blocked my way, living in my mind. And then for several verses, first beginning with Srimati Radhika's response to seeing his peacock feathers, she began trembling and dancing, and then both Vishaka and Lalita and Purnamasi is the elderly guru of everyone in Vrindavan. They began uttering, it wasn't a verse for them, it was just their moods, describing the beauty of Krishna and describing the beauty of Srimati Radhika. That they and by the way, when Krishna did neglect Radharani, and then he thought, like in the human saga is like a total perverted reflection. And then he lamented, why did I do that? You know how sometimes the boys or girls play hard to get and neglect just to play hard to get. So he said, why did I do that? Maybe I ruined it. Maybe I stomped on just the beginning of her loving desires. So he was, what do you call it? Lamenting and berating himself. And then Radharani noticed that she was being neglected, and she thought, even though he's neglecting me, I still desire him. I'm so sinful. And then in her mind, she started speaking with Krishna that you neglected me when I expressed my love. Do you think that's right? And then Lalita said to her, he's just this deceitful person, very tricky, very cheating. How could you have fallen in love with that person? So anyway, these exchanges go on. And then he's asking, Ramananda Raya is asking for a glorification as an introduction to the second part of the drama. And again, he's glorifying Lord Chaitanya, not with the same verse, but very interesting, different verse. And again, Mahaprabhu says, this is a false prayer. So now we're going to go right into, and there was another verse that it would be really great if we could memorize, uh, beginning Tunde Tundavali. Maybe some of you already know it. And Srila Bharati Maharaj actually spoke about this verse. The meaning is when the two syllables Krishna entered my mouth, then I desired so many mouths. And then when the two syllables entered my ears, I desired so many ears. And when these two syllables entered the courtyard of my heart, then all of my senses became inert. And you're just absorbed in Krishna. The senses, external senses don't work. So Srila Bharati Maharaj incorporated that in a pastime of Radha and Krishna, where he came to see her. This was much later. He came to see her, and she couldn't see that he was there because her senses were inert, and she was absorbed in Krishna. But because her external senses were inert, she couldn't see that he was standing right there, waiting for her to look at him. So then, as Krishna was standing there, he was thinking, I can't believe it. I'm right here, and she doesn't even see me. And of course, reading her mind, he knows that she's just totally absorbed in everything about him. And so he said to himself, what is the nature of her love? And what is the happiness that's going on in her mind? And what is it in me that she's relishing so much? And then what happened? He became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was very interesting. Okay, so we're going to the book. We already know, because I think we're going to hear tomorrow from Sarada, who's somewhere. There you are. About the verse, the counter verse, or corollary verse that he wrote, which corresponded to Mahaprabhu singing before Lord Jagannath. And Mahaprabhu praised him no end for that, and there was lots of discussion how it's because of Mahaprabhu's mercy that Rupa Goswami was able to understand him. So that we'll hear tomorrow. But then they're asking Rupa Goswami about what he's writing in that Vidagdha Madhav. So Sarvabhauma was there, Rai Ramananda. See if anybody else. Okay, so some of the verses that Srila Rupa Goswami are saying, we find later in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So when Rupa Goswami and Srila Haridas Thakur saw, from their hut that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had come with his associates, they immediately stood up and then fell flat down to offer their obeisances. And then Mahaprabhu and his associates sat down in an elevated place. We're going back to the beginning now. They sat down in an elevated place and they invited Rupa and Haridas to also sit with them, but they refused. They wanted to sit lower. And then again, even at that time, Mahaprabhu requested Rupa Goswami to utter that verse, which was the corollary verse. And I'll just read it because it's part of the pastime here. Oh, my dear friend, Radharani is meeting Krishna at Kurukshetra. Now that I met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra, I am the same Radharani and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go to the bank of the Jamuna, beneath the trees in the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within the forest of Vrindavan. So now he's asking, Mahaprabhu is asking, my dear Rupa, please recite that verse from your drama which, upon being heard, makes all people's unhappiness and lamentation go away. So naturally we want to realize that. So that's part of reading the book, because we're praying to the book. Please reveal everything that I'm hearing from you as I'm sitting at your lotus feet. Reveal the reality of that and show me the illusion of Maya, that there's no reality there. So here's the verse. I'm going to read it because it's so poetic, so rhythmic. Tunde tandavali ritim bitunate, tandavali labdaye, Krishna krodha kadambani gatayate, karna budebhya spriham, cheta prangana sangani vijayate, sarvendriyam kritam, no jane janita kriyad viramritai, Krishneti varnadvayi. Varnadvayi means what? 2 syllables. Now Ramananda is asking him, what kind of drama are you writing? We can understand that it is a mine of conclusive statements. And then it reviews how Satyabhama told him to make it into 2 books. Please recite, Ramananda Rai is asking, the introductory verse of Vidagdha, means clever, Madhav, Krishna, so that I can hear and examine it. Thus, Rupa Goswami, being ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well, recited the first verse. And I gave a bit of it. May the pastimes of Sri Krishna reduce the miseries existing in the material world and nullify, which is even better, all unwanted desires. Because that's what keeps us in the cycle of birth and death. The pastimes of the Supreme Lord are like sikarini, which is like a very sweet yogurt type of thing, a blend of yogurt and sugar candy. They overpower the pride of even the nectar produced on the moon, for they distribute the sweet fragrance of the concentrated loving affairs of Radharani and Krishna. I don't know if it's in this Vidagdha Madhava, but there's one verse where Purnamasi says, without the loving affairs of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, the universe is useless. There's no point in it. And now he's asking for the description of your worshipful deity. So of course, Anarpita Charing Charat, may the Supreme Lord, as a son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be resplendently, transcendently situated in the innermost region of your heart. So this verse is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So you'd expect it to be written by who? Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. But Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami added this verse, which is his guru's verse. Who's his guru? Rupa Goswami. Because he thought, if I write this verse blessing everybody, he has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no other incarnation has ever offered before for a long time. The most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. So may he be situated in the deepest core of your heart. He said, if I write that, it wouldn't be so effective. So I'm putting in my Guru's verse, then it'll have power. So all the devotees greatly appreciated this verse. Then there's lots of Sanskrit terms, which offer different things that happen in a drama. When the players come on, who comes on, what happens first. So now he's expressing his humility, but at the same time, he's telling what power this Vidagdha Madhava will have. It's decorated with poetic ornaments, but that doesn't mean that it's not reality. Like when Radharani is criticizing Krishna during the time when he's absent from Ras Lila, Tavakatam Ritam Tattvajivanam, Chandravali and her party are saying that this rejuvenates everyone and gives them life. And they're sung by great pure devotees who free one, who liberate one from material existence. Whereas Radharani and her Sakis are saying that, Krishna is glorified in the Vedas and the Puranas, but it's just an exaggeration to be poetic. Like, look at that horse. It's flying in the sky. Of course, it can't fly in the sky, but it's a poetic exaggeration. But this is not an exaggeration, this glorification. Although I'm ignorant and low, and although it's from me that this Vidagdha Madhava has emanated, because it's filled with the transcendental attributes and descriptions of the pastimes of Krishna and Radharani and the gopis, still it will cleanse the heart of all the golden devotees. And he gave the example of the wood. Yes.
How does Rupa Goswami think that he's low? I'm assuming he's writing this in. No? Okay.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. How, like he's saying this, I'm assuming he's in Vaya Dasha. It's like an external consciousness so he can write it. But I thought that in external consciousness, he still remembers that he entered into internal consciousness, like entered the pastimes of Radha Krishna. So wouldn't he then have realization?
We cannot conceive of the humility of the pure devotees, that they can actually think they're low, wretched, rotten. You'll find that in number 1 Rupa Nuga's prayers as well, that is Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. You'll find that in Srila Gurudev as well. When he's giving the talks about these prayers, he said, I have no qualification for telling you these prayers, but still I can't help myself. So similarly, Rupa Goswami and even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, you ruin the drama by writing my glorification. We can't imagine how both can take place simultaneously. And what to speak of Radharani? Whenever she does meet with Krishna, she thinks, these are the great efforts of my Saki that I'm able to meet with him. And also in Mahaprabhu's prayers to Lord Jagannath, and in the bumblebee discussions of Srimati Radhika, in both those occasions they express great humility. So you'll see that in all conditions. Then there's the verse about, I fell in love with 3 men. Like for us, it doesn't matter, not us, but people in Western culture, they can be in love with 3 men at one time and go out with them also, go out with all 3. But in the Vedic culture, the ladies were so chaste that if any lady loved 1 man besides her husband, she would feel condemned. So Radharani, I love 3 people, and I'm newly married and I love 3 people, so there's no point in my living. Plus, Krishna personally is neglecting me. So Vishaka, if I die, because I'm so sinful and I love him anyway, if I die due to myself being so condemned and so sinful and his neglect, then it's not going to be a fault of yours. So don't feel bad. But I do have one request, which is to wrap my arms around a tamal tree. And that way I'll always be living in the forest of Vrindavan. So then there's a verse, so these verses, subsequent verses, goes back and forth. Purnamasi is speaking to Radharani, Lalita is speaking to Radharani, Radharani is speaking to Vishaka, Krishna is speaking with Madhu Mangal, because we're not getting, again, the whole thing. We're getting blips here and there. But you have the summary of the whole thing. So upon seeing peacock feathers in front of her, this girl, this is spoken by Purnamasi to Makara. You know who Makara is? Radha's grandmother. Right. This girl, upon seeing peacock feathers, this girl begins trembling. When she sometimes sees a necklace of gunja, which are small gunja berries, she sheds tears and cries loudly. I don't know what kind of new ecstatic influence has entered her heart, the heart of this poor girl. It has imbued her with the dancing attitude of a player creating wonderful, unprecedented dances on the stage. So poetic, the whole drama is so poetic. And then the next verse is when she says, wrap my arms around the creeper, or make my arms like a creeper and wrap it around the tamal tree. Then I can remain in Vrindavan undisturbed. This is my request. And then she describes the duality that lovers experience in love of God. My dear beautiful friend, if one develops love of God, because Ramananda Rai is asking, what are the emotional characteristics of love of God? And this verse by Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, is also found in the beginning of Madhya Lila. My dear beautiful friend, if one develops love of God, love of Krishna, the son of Nanda Baba, all the bitter and sweet influences of this love will manifest in one's heart. Such love of God acts in 2 ways. One, as poison, the fresh poison of a serpent. Yet there is simultaneously transcendental bliss, which pours down and defeats the poisonous effects of a snake. As well, it defeats all the happiness derived from pouring nectar on one's head. So it's doubly effective, simultaneously poisonous and nectarian. Like in the Majjhila it says it's like eating hot molasses. It's so sweet, it's so hot that it burns the tongue, but it's so sweet that you can't stop eating it. Yeah, this is a good one too. They're all good. So Ramananda Rai is inquiring from Rupa Goswami, and all the other associates are hearing this and just amazed in ecstatic wonder. What are the natural characteristics of love of God? So Rupa Goswami again recites another verse from Vidagdha Madhav. When one hears praise from his beloved, he outwardly remains neutral, but feels pain in his heart. That's how I used to feel when Gurudev would glorify me at the beginning, then he stopped later. But in the beginning, he used to glorify me, and then I used to feel like it was a javelin in my heart because he knew what I was really like. And when he hears his beloved making accusations about him, he takes them to be jokes and enjoys them. Everything is opposite in prem. Everything is crooked. Nothing makes sense. When he finds faults in his beloved, they don't diminish his love. And when he finds good qualities in his beloved, they don't increase his love, because his love is causeless. This spontaneous love continues under all circumstances. Like when Radharani knew that Krishna had 16,000 wives and so many children, and the whole family numbered about 1 million, her love didn't decrease, it increased. Incredible. This is how spontaneous love of God acts in the heart. And this is Krishna speaking with the same unconditional love. Upon hearing of my cruelty, moon-faced Radharani may establish some kind of tolerance, because he didn't speak nicely to her when she was like opening her heart. May establish some kind of tolerance in her aggrieved heart, but then she might turn against me. You know how lovers speculate about the other one? Everything, janma dhyasi yataha, everything has its origin in the absolute truth. And being afraid of the lusty desires invoked by the formidable bow of Cupid, she may even give up her life. Alas, I have foolishly uprooted the soft creeper of her desire, just when it was ready to bear fruit. And now Radharani is speaking to Vishaka, desiring the happiness of his association and embraces. My dear friend, I disregarded even my superiors and relaxed my shyness. We heard yesterday how the Keika, what male can reduce to zero, not even dust, but zero, her shyness, patience, and man. I'm so sorry, friend Vishaka, that I have caused you trouble. Indeed, I even put aside the vow of dedication to my husband, which is a vow that's kept by the most elevated women. Oh, alas, you see, it's by the influence of Purnamasi, the elderly guru, who is Yoga Maya, who makes her forget that she is the complete potency of Krishna, and actually think that she's unchaste to her husband and lamenting for that. Oh, alas, although he is now neglecting me, I'm so sinful that I'm still living. Therefore, I must condemn my so-called patience. I was engaged in my own playful activities in my home, and because of my childish innocence, I couldn't understand what was right and wrong. Therefore, it is good for you to have forced us. She's speaking to Krishna now. It's good for you to have forced us into being so attracted to you, and then to have neglected us. Is it good? Sorry, I made a mistake. Not, it is good. Is it good that you have neglected us, considering that it's you who made us attracted to you by showing us repeatedly your beautiful face? And now you're indifferent to us. Do you think that's right? And now she's speaking to Lalita. Our hearts are so polluted by miserable conditions that we are certainly going to Plato's kingdom. Nonetheless, Krishna does not give up his beautiful, loving smiling, which is full of cheating tricks. Oh, Shrimati Radhika, Lalita speaking to Radharani. Oh, Shrimati Radharani, you are very intelligent. How could you have developed such a great loving affection for this deceitful debauchee from the neighborhood of the coward boys? Plato, like hell. Now Purnamasi speaking to Krishna. O Lord Krishna, you are just like an ocean. The river of Srimati Radharani has reached you from a long distance, leaving far behind the tree of her husband breaking through the bridge. We're talking about a river now. What does it do? It breaks through a bridge. It left behind the tree of her husband, breaking through all social convention, forcibly crossing over the hills of her relatives, coming here because of the fresh feelings of love for you. The river came to your shelter, but now you're trying to turn her back by the waves of unfavorable words. How is it that you are spreading this attitude? Because she's the guru. Now we're back to Ramananda Rai. Please speak to us about this. About what? Because your poetic ability is so wonderful. How have you described Krishna's flute playing? And the relationship between Krishna and Radha, I want to hear. After offering obeisances to Ramananda Rai, Rupa Goswami gradually began answering the inquiries. The sweet, fragrant honey oozing from the newly grown mango buds is again and again attracting the groups of bumblebees. And this forest is trembling in the softly moving breezes from the Malayan hills, which are full of sandalwood trees. Thus the forest of Vrindavan is increasing my transcendental pleasure. This is spoken by Krishna himself. Now, Balaram is speaking to Sridham. My dear friend, see how this forest of Vrindavan is full of transcendental creepers and trees. The tops of the creepers are full of flowers, and intoxicated bumblebees are buzzing around them. You can all picture that, right? Humming songs that please the ear and surpass even the Vedic hymns. Imagine the bumblebees singing something better than the Vedic hymns. Now Krishna is speaking to Madhu Mangal. You know, that funny Brahmana cowherd boy. My dear friend, The forest of Vrindavan is giving great pleasure to our senses in various ways. Somewhere, bumblebees are speaking in groups, singing in groups, and in some places, mild breezes are cooling the entire atmosphere. Somewhere, the creepers and tree twigs are dancing. The malika flowers are expanding their fragrance, and an overabundance of juice is constantly flowing in showers from the pomegranate fruits. The flute of Krishna's pastimes measures 3 fingers in length, 1, 2, 3, and it is bedecked with Indranila gems. At the ends of the flute, there's Aruna gems, which are rubies, glittering beautifully, and in between the flute is plated, in between all the jewels, the flute is plated with gold, set ablaze by diamonds. This auspicious flute, pleasing to Krishna, is glittering in his hand with transcendental brilliance. And now Radharani is speaking. My dear friend the flute, it appears that you have been born of a very good family, for your residence is in the hands of Krishna. By birth you are simple and not at all crooked. So why then have you taken initiation into the dangerous mantra that enchants all the assembled gopis? And then she really gets into it. My dear friend the flute, you are actually full of many holes and many faults. You are light, hard, juiceless, and full of knots. What kind of pious activities have you engaged in the service of being, let me get that again. Even though you have no qualities, but what kind of pious activities have engaged you in the service of being kissed by Krishna and embraced by his hand? Then it's getting late, so we're going more and more into the beautiful description of Krishna and then the beautiful description of Srimati Radhika. Are there any questions in the meantime? So let's just do a little bit something on Radharani. This is spoken by Purnamasi. The beauty of Srimati Radhika's eyes forcibly devours the beauty of newly grown blue lotus flowers, and the beauty of her face surpasses that of an entire forest of fully blossomed lotuses. Her bodily luster seems to place even gold in a painful condition. Thus, the wonderful, unprecedented beauty of Srimati Radhika is awakening in Vrindavan. Are there any questions? Her arched eyebrows dance like the bow of Cupid. Her glance is so enchanting that it is like a dancing bumblebee, moving unsteadily due to intoxication. That's how the bees get. We even saw that in New Braj. There is a certain kind of flower. It's many flowers in one, and it kind of looks like a cone. And these bees around it were just going crazy and falling down because they get intoxicated by the fragrance and the honey that's in the more honeyed flowers. Then they drink also. So this is called makaranda. When the honey is not that much, but it's something, so it comes out as a fragrance. And when it's more, the honey is more, then it drips. Makaranda.
Is this the spring season or the autumn season?
This is the spring season. It opened up by saying this is the spring season. Which, spring season. There's something else that we read that was the autumn season, which was just after the hot summer. I don't remember what that was. Yeah. Oh, Julan Yatra, right? That's right, Shravan. So Rupa Goswami, here's another expression of his humility, inconceivable, because Ramananda Rai is asking for more. So Rupa Goswami said, in your presence, Ramananda Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is just like a brilliant sunshine, I'm insignificant as a light of the glowworm. So it's really even impudent of me to be speaking before you. And then he recited the introductory verse of Lalita Madhav. Lalita Madhav is the second, now it became 2 volumes. This is when Krishna goes to Mathura and Dwarka, and then Radharani walks into the Jamuna holding Vishaka's hand. And Vishaka is the Jamuna, also you know that. So you could say she drowned in the Jamuna, and then she went up to the sun god. Who's the sun god? Yes, but Jamuna's father. So they went there to the sun god, and there happened to have been a devotee named somebody such a Rit. Yeah. Yeah. Such a something. So he's greedy for wealth. So he prays to the sun god for a special gem that turns everything into gold. And that is the Shamantika jewel, which came from Radharani anyway. And she gave it to him, and he gave it to this devotee. And then he also gave her, Radharani, as a daughter. So that's how she got there. And so Krishna is already married to Rukmini, who's the expansion of Chandravali. So they're married, but now Radharani comes, but now she looks like Satyabhama, and she's having a paramour relationship with Krishna. And it's a whole lot of very interesting intrigue, because Rukmini starts to find out. Later on, Krishna marries Satyabhama too. Very interesting pastimes. Anyway, so they're asking for the introductory verse of Lalita Madhav. Lalita means charming. Vidagdha means clever. Clever Krishna, charming Krishna. The beautiful moonlight glories of Mukunda give distress to the lotus-like faces of the wives of the demons, and to their raised breasts, which are like gleaming chakravakra birds. Those glories, however, are pleasing to all the devotees, who are like chikora birds. May those glories forever give pleasure to you all. And then he's asking for what's the second verse. So now he's again, for the second time, glorifying Mahaprabhu. The moon-like Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as the son of Mother Sachi, has now appeared on earth to spread devotional love of himself. He is emperor of the Brahmana community. He can drive away all darkness of ignorance and control the mind of everyone in the world. May that rising moon bestow all good fortune upon us. So what did Lord Chaitanya say? He acted like he was angry, but he loved it. Your exalted poetic descriptions of the mellows of Krishna's pastimes are like an ocean of nectar. But why have you put this false prayer about me? It's like a drop of detestful alkali. Does anybody know what an alkali is? Huh? Like lye. Oh. Hmm? Huh? And what did Ramananda Rai say? It is not alkali at all. It is a particle of camphor he has put in the nectar of his exalted poetic expression. Mahaprabhu said, my dear Ramananda Rai, so Haridas might ask, he knows he's God, so even though he's a devotee, he's still absorbed in the pastimes of Krishna, in the mood of Radha. So how could he say this? What is he saying? My dear Ramananda Rai, you are jubilant at hearing these poetic expressions, but I am ashamed to hear them, for people in general will joke about the subject of this verse, which is me. So Ramananda Rai said, instead of joking, people in general will feel great pleasure on hearing such poetry. For the initial remembrance of the worshipful deity invokes good fortune. Then he starts asking more questions to Rupa Goswami, who's explaining more verses, glorifying Krishna's flute, glorifying Krishna's cowherding pastimes. So Ramananda Rai is saying now, the wonderful descriptions of Rupa Goswami are superb arrangements of expressed loving affairs. Hearing them will plunge the heart and ears of everyone into a whirlpool of transcendental bliss. What is the use of a bowman's arrow or a poet's poetry if they penetrate the heart but do not cause the head to spin? They're on such a platform, and we're very fortunate to be getting the mercy of Srila Prabhupada to give the mercy of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to give the mercy of Rupa and Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. So now we're coming to the end of the chapter. And everybody is exclaiming. Advaitacharya is also there. Nityananda Prabhu is also there in that group of associates. And they were convinced that the reason that he was able to write such poetry is because Advaitacharya, Nityananda, and all the other devotees showered their causeless mercy on him and all embraced him. But then he said, I don't know anything. The only transcendental words I can utter are those which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes me speak. And even Raga will be speaking about nectar of instruction. So Srila Gurudev said, Rupa Goswami did not write this book. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dictated it. And then he's again glorifying Mahaprabhu. And this verse is also came in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Although I'm the lowest of men and have no knowledge, the Lord has mercifully bestowed upon me the inspiration to write transcendental literature about devotional service. Therefore I offer my obeisances to Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, who has given me the chance to write these books. So then, so this was during the 4 months of the rainy season. Now, um, so Rupa Goswami passed his time in association with Mahaprabhu Haridas Thakur by discussing the pastimes of Krishna in great happiness. So then there's 4 months coming of the rainy season. And then, everybody came from Bengal and Srikhanda, Orissa to be with him during these 4 months. But then the 4 months were over. So everybody left, but Rupa Goswami didn't leave. He stayed in Puri with Mahaprabhu until there was the Dola Yatra festival. I have to admit my ignorance. I don't know what the Dola Yatra festival is. Does anybody know? Or this group will tell us in a minute. It's like the swing ceremony or the boat festival. Swing. Okay, thanks. Celebrating what? Holy. Is that what it says? It's the swing festival of Radha and Krishna. Oh, that's good. So then, finally, Mahaprabhu bade farewell to Rupa Goswami, sent him back to Vrindavan, and he said, so go there, stay there, don't leave there, and I'll also be coming once more to Vrindavan. And he gave him 2 orders, which is to write transcendental literature and to establish holy places, excavate the lost holy places of Krishna's pastimes. So he and all the Goswamis did that. All right. Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai. Srila Rupa Goswami Tirobhav Titi Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Bo Gaura, Gaura Premanandi, Panchakovatrubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Prasadam? Mahaprasad Vaishnave Sopa Punyam Matarajan Vishwasho Naiva Jayate Surera Vijajal Jodendriya Taikal Jive Fale Visaya Sagare Dharma Jay Jivayati Loba Moya Sadurmati Take Jatao Katina Sangsare Krishna Badadoyamoy Kodi Bari Jiva Joy Swaprasharana Dilovai Sayanam Rita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Premi Dako Chaitanya Ek Bara Premi Bare Dakore Dayal Nitai Chaitanya Bari Premi Bare Dak Dayal Nitai Dayal Go Dayal Nitai Dayal Go Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jai Shri